Shit's getting pretty crazy, but can it get crazier? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Season 4, Episode 7 of Wakfu. And yeah, it's gotten pretty wild. Like, the Heliotrope goddess is just freaking the fuck out currently, trying to figure out what to do because she's so fucking scared of the Necrome. And we have our heroes teaming up. All the Heliotropes team up with Amalia and all to fight them off, but things aren't working out super well with that. And shit's going down elsewhere. Just all kinds of things are happening, and it's pretty intense, pretty insane. This season is going very hard. And it's kind of wild to me how different this feels than previous seasons. And I believe I talked about this a bit last time. How if this season continues along the path it's going, or even gets even better, and keeps that by the end, it might be one of my favorite seasons of almost anything. But definitely my favorite of Wakfu. But it's really impressing me in ways that I just wasn't expecting. And that's nothing against the earlier seasons of Wakfu. They were great as well. It's just they were more standardly great. This one is kind of next level, and it's wild. I know it's been 6.5 years or so, but it's for them to make this big of a upgrade, it just feels wild to me. And I have no idea where this is going. I have no clue how they're going to defeat the Necrome. Right now, it almost seems kind of impossible. Also, I was told that the guy on the island, he's apparently from a spin-off series that was made. I can't think of what the name of it right now is. But I looked up the series, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Apparently, from what I've been told, I think I was told it has English subs. But I couldn't find it on any of the sites I use. So if anyone Arca, if you want me to react to it or something in the future, if you could find me copies that have the English subtitles, I would appreciate it. I'd be very much willing to check it out. Apparently it's another series that does take place in the world of 12, kind of like a spin-off of sorts. Kind of like Dofus, you have Wakfu, you have Dofus, and you have this. They're all kind of within the same world, same universe, but they're their own separate stories too. And so yeah, apparently that guy who was fighting with Adamai and everything was from that series. So I'm kind of curious to see what that would be like. So yeah, I guess we'll just tackle that when we get to that and everything, if we get to that. But for now, we've still got half a season of Wakfu to get through, and it's gonna get crazier from here. It absolutely is. I have no idea where this is going. We haven't checked in with Ruel in a couple of episodes, so who knows where he is on his journey to insanity. We still have the stuff going on with Ava and her father. She wants to talk to him and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But apparently, people can be turned into Necrome. We found that out last time because apparently, the dragon brother of I can't think of her name right now. The one Heliotrope girl, Nora. Apparently, her dragon brother, she says, was turned into one of them, or the goddess said that or something. And so I was thinking, okay, is that big lizard we saw, the great lizard or whatever they called it, is that her brother? Is that actually her dragon brother? But then I'm thinking, okay, who's this on the cliff up there? Is that her dragon brother? So I'm just questioning that with everyone now. But logically speaking, let's say the Necrome were to, like, I guess, suck out all the Wakfu out of um, one of the Eliotropes, would they be turned as well? And is this only with Eliotropes and dragons that this would happen? Or could it technically happen with everyone? Because we saw them suck all the Wakfu out of that old Sadidug guy. And he just died, right? Like, he didn't turn. So, I don't know. I'm curious as if there's going to be more to Madagaskan at the moment right now too, because I thought like at first that he was going to be like on some big journey with some big purpose, but apparently he just went to them to tell Tristapin to, I don't know, divorce his daughter, to leave her and the kids and everything, and it's like there's got to be more to this than that, right? He didn't break out of prison and come all this way just for that, did he? There's gotta be more. Maybe more will be revealed when he talks to or to Ava. I don't know. I just I'm very curious as to where this is gonna go. And it was, by the way, it was also last time it was clarified for me about the Dofus, even though I kind of didn't even realize about this. It was clarified for me. Oh, even though the Dofus were destroyed and everything in Oropo's dimension, when they're destroyed, they kind of respawn. Sort of like how when the dragons and the Eliotropes die, they respawn in the Dofus and all. So yeah, that was clarified to me on how Adamai could go and get the Dofus. I didn't really question it. It wasn't something I was wondering about. It's just I never really thought. I never really questioned how the Dofus could be back, or I didn't even think about how the Dofus were destroyed in the first place. It just never really came across as an issue for me that they would be back. Honestly, I kind of felt like it would be weird if they didn't come back. So it's like, yeah, it never really crossed my mind to think about that. But thanks for the clarification anyway. I mean, I ask you guys for that kind of stuff. And it does give me a view into things, so there is that. Either way, there are a lot of shows that we react to on this channel, so a lot of stuff for you to check out. Now, mind you, the schedule is going to be updating a bit after this, but for today at least, this is what's still being shown on here. So yeah, we do 2 series reactions each day currently, and we also have YouTube reactions on Monday. We do movie reactions every Saturday and Sunday, though they are recorded previously during the week. And we have also now started Spider-Man 2, which will be put up every Tuesday and Thursday. Really enjoying that so far. Hope to continue to enjoy it as it continues along. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to here. A lot of stuff changing and rearranging. The schedule keeps shifting bits and pieces here and there. So there's always something for everyone, and things update as they need to. But all of that being said, thank you so much as always for tuning in, and let's just get into it. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. We do redirect all of our reactions just because of YouTube copyright shit. Just to make sure that we keep the channel safe from any strikes or even possibly getting terminated, like a previous channel of mine had been. We make sure to keep everything just safe so that things go well. So with that, we are, of course, making sure to redirect all of the reactions to another site. I know you may prefer it to be on this site, even if it's cut up and everything, but this way you don't have to worry about it being cut up either. You can check out the full reaction in the link below. But after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, a lot of big information in this one. It wasn't as exciting or intense as previous episodes. It kind of definitely a little bit of calm before the oncoming storm. But that was kind of needed. I think that's the right thing. But it still gave us a lot of lore, a lot of information. So, the Necro world, it's another world, like the world of 12. And in fact, they kind of refer to it as a bleak reflection of the world of 12. And this is where the Heliotrope goddess was banished to. So, this is a destroyed, famished world that has been just completely left in ruin. The inhabitants of it are husks of, I guess, their former selves, and are starved for Wakfu, which is their main source of food, I guess you could say. Energy, life, just life is probably a good way to put it. And now, an Heliotrope portal has been opened, 2 of them possibly. Actually, no, we know 2 of them for sure, because there's one in the caves beneath the Sarida Kingdom, and there's one in the ocean. So there's 2 Heliotrope portals, which means that someone is opening portals and letting the Necrone through. Now, Yugo's first thought is Kilby, because of course it is, because of what Kilby's done before, the fact that he has literally done this shit before with the shoes. But that's too easy. That's way too fucking easy. It's like, they're not going to make it that obvious. They're going to make it someone who you don't necessarily expect. So, it's either got to be Nora, who would be like the perfect twist in this regard. You kind of see Nora as like a good guy, and there's the fact that she, saved the goddess from Necro World, as we find out it's called. And on top of that, like, she lost her brother to the Necrone, her dragon brother, who may or may not be the one we saw at the end there. That's still not 100% clear, though. I think I think it is, but it's not like 100% clear and confirmed yet. If it is her, it's probably because of, like, what I said. She might have gone insane or like, is desperate to somehow get her brother back and thinks that this will somehow help. Her brother's sacrifice probably drove her to start planning this out. And she's been working on this for a while. If it is her, and that's my big theory right now, that she is the one doing it. Because, again, Kilby seems too obvious. And at this point, who else would it be? Like, we don't really know enough about any of the others at this point for any of them to make sense. It's not going to be, I can't think of his name, Grugel's brother, who's with him over at Yugo's hometown. It's not going to be him. He's a baby at the moment. Nora's really the only one that I think makes sense here, right? So, yeah. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. And if it is her, if her reasoning does have to do with her brother. If it is Kilby, I'm going to be a little disappointed because it's like, it's too easy. It feels like it's too much of the obvious choice. There's no, like, surprise to that. So it just doesn't feel believable to me. But we meet Toross Mordal, the leader of the Necrome. He is like a champion of their people, like excessively strong, like stronger than any of the others. And he is a problem. That's kind of the big thing. He's feeding on all the Wakfu gathered by the dragon and his people. And he's very clearly planning probably a full invasion. So, that's bad. That's bad. I think he's going to be, like, I mean, obviously, he's going to be the final boss here, the main villain. But he's going to be, like, really hard to take out for obvious reasons. And I'm wondering exactly how he's going to be defeated at this point, because I couldn't even begin to guess. On top of that, we have the stuff with Madagaskan revealing everything about himself and his past and their family to Ava. So they come from a legendary assassin clan. Their entire family has been part of it for generations and generations. And Ava and Cleofe were presumably going to be raised in it too. But Ava and Cleofe's mom died in childbirth to Cleofe, who's the younger sister. And on her deathbed, she made Madagaskan promise to basically get Ava and Cleo out of this life, out of the assassin lifestyle. And he kept to that. He kept to that promise. He gave them another chance at life, gave them another situation they could live in with the Sarida Kingdom and everything. But he then went and willfully let himself be imprisoned by one of the kingdoms that he victimized the most, and just spied on them for their entire lives. And Madagaskan using the argument that it's like, I've been listening this entire time. I've always been by your side. I've always been paying attention to you. And it's like, you've never been without me. It's like, the fuck are you talking about, you psycho? You have been spying on them. Like, you have been listening during some presumably pretty private and personal moments and some really, like, intense stuff, and you had no way of letting yourself be known. They had no idea you were listening to them. And you're acting like this is a good thing? No, that's fucking creepy. That's fucking weird. No. You don't do that. And that in no way makes it so that you've had any kind of relationship. Like, saying, oh, I never truly loved you. It's like, yes, you fucking did. Yes, you absolutely fucking did, my dude. Just because you've been spying on them doesn't mean you didn't leave them. Because, again, there was no communication. They had no way of knowing you were there. You had no way of talking to them or letting them know. It was entirely one-sided. Stalking is not being there for someone. That's not how that works. Like, oh my god, dude. Like, toxic as fuck, honestly. I am entirely on Ava's side here, which she's basically like telling him to fuck off. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry. No, fuck you, dude. You are a piece of shit. It's like, I was kind of, like I said in the reaction, I was kind of interested in this dude. He seemed kind of interesting, and obviously very intimidating, very fascinating as a character. And especially after it was revealed that he was Ava's father, and I wanted to know more. And it's very clear she didn't know him. And now we know why, too. She never knew either of her parents, neither did Cleofe, because their mom died in childbirth, and he just left when they were super young. So, it's like, you have nothing here, dude. You have no relationship with her, and you hopefully never will. You don't deserve to have a relationship with her. You're a piece of shit. And it's not even the assassin shit. Like, ironically, it's not the assassin shit that's the problem here. It's the fact that he abandoned them and suddenly out of nowhere is, like, trying to, like, get involved in their lives and is telling Tristapin, it's like, leave them. You're a danger to my daughter and my grandkids. It's like, fuck you, dude. He's been there for them. You haven't. It's like, my fucking God. And here's the thing, I'm not doubting that he loves Ava and Cleofe. I very much believe he loves them. But this is a horrifically toxic, destructive, fucked up just way to handle anything. It's so bad. And then Flopin, Flopin, Flopon, however the fuck you pronounce it, he goes off and he's like, "Oh, my sister gets all the attention. My brother's really cool. It's like I'm just left out." And it's like, my dude, you are your mother's favorite. You are pampered. Where the fuck did this come from? Because this is just categorically untrue. You are so loved. It's not funny. Like, if you're feeling inadequate next to them, that's one thing. But to act like you're lesser than your brother and sister, and like they're like more loved than you, is just it's just false. But he wants to live up to things, and though he doesn't want to become an assassin, he wants at least the skills associated with it. And so, yeah, he's just leaving with Madagaskan and abandoning the family, and that's fucked. Like, of all the emotional distress Ava has to go with her father's return, now she has to deal with her son, who, again, he's her favorite, very clearly, which, by the way, playing favorites is not exactly great, but they have a connection that she just doesn't have as much with Elolie or Pin. Um, they have more of a connection with their father, which they have more Eop in them than Kra, and Floppin has more Kra than Eop, so it makes sense. But it's like, yeah, does he not understand how fucked up? And actually, he does understand. He basically said that he understood how fucked up this was. Like, he understood like what he was doing to his mother here, and that's so fucked. The amount of emotional distress she's gone through in just this short amount of time is insanity. And it's just like, obviously Tristapin's gonna be there for her during all of this, as will the rest of them. But it's like, Jesus fuck. I hope they hunt these two down and like give this kid a speaking to, and I don't know, fucking fight Madagascan. I'd like to see Ava kick his ass, honestly. You go in the Heliotrope delegation, I guess you could say. Tried to go to all the kingdoms, but none of them listened because, yeah, shit looks bad. Especially after the goddess came down and basically said she wants to take over the entire place and turn it into a land of her image. Not a great look. So the only kingdom that has agreed to even put their trust in Yugo here, has been the Sadida kingdom. So there's that, luckily. And luckily, the Sadida kingdom is where one of the portals are, so that does also help. Also, the one kingdom like has two queens, right? We have queer queen couple. Say that 10 times fast. That's cool. That's cool. I'm all for that. Just some very casual queer representation, it looked like, too. Um, I'm all about that. Just really casual representation there. Also, we got to see the prince like screaming his head off about Kilby opening the portal for the shoes and everything. So that's fun, getting to hear him lose his mind again. um, but yeah, so the Heliotrope goddess, she's been convinced by the others to like try to fix this, and although she's still freaked out, she's still like unsure about it all, and is very much not like fully on board. There's still the mystery of the Guardian outside of the God's realm and everything. We still need to figure out what's going on there. That's a big mystery for the season still. Um, a lot of setups with this episode for what's to come. And I'm very interested to see exactly what Toross Mordal can do. I definitely want to see his power like compared to just the regular Necrome. But yeah, this is definitely very very interesting. A lot of really good, really fascinating lore here. Um, just some really fun moments like Adamai trying to fight Kilby. And the guy from the Count from Lanster had a little bit in this as well still. But yeah, we know for sure now that the portals are Heliotrope portals. That's the big thing we need to focus on next. Finding out exactly who did it, and I still think it's Nora. That's my guess. It just makes the most sense to me. Kilby doesn't make the most sense to me because it's too obvious. It's too like in your face about it. You know? But we'll see. Obviously, do not spoil me to anything coming with the rest of these episodes. But if there's anything that you want to, from this episode, elaborate on or whatnot, please feel free as always. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, as long as, just like I said, there's no spoilers. So all of that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. And just to note, there is a lot of other content on the channel to check out. This schedule will be changing up a bit soon, but we do shows every Monday through Friday. We also do YouTube stuff on Monday. We have movies every Saturday and Sunday, though they are recorded earlier in the week. And Spider-Man 2 has begun for a PS5 Let's Play that will be posted every Tuesday and Thursday. So a lot of stuff to look forward to, always something for everyone. And yeah, once again, thank you so much as always for tuning in. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.